Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel, or if you're new, thanks for clicking on my video. So I did a full face of first impressions to makeup that is fairly new, like it's been released for a while, but it's new to me because I picked it up during the Sephora sale, and this is the look that I came up with. I tried to do like a kind of not a lot on the eyes, and I was going to do a redder lip, but I didn't have a redder lip in this haul, so here we are. I think the makeup came out pretty good for the most part, but it took some effort to get here, so I want you guys to watch to see the whole process. Before we get into the video, if you're new, please hit that subscribe button and join the family. I do a lot of hauls, a lot of tutorials, and first impressions, shopping my stash, hair, nails, like all things related to beauty with some fitness sprinkled in. So I won't keep you guys waiting. If you want to see how I got this look from my Sephora haul and what products I used, stay tuned and keep on watching. So I'm going to be doing a full face, or mostly full face, of the stuff that I got from my Sephora haul. I have my bin. I don't know how much of this stuff I'm going to be able to use today, but I'm going to try to use as much as possible. So I got two primers in that haul, but I know the one I want to use is the Huda Beauty Easy Blur Primer. How about I pick up the primer? That was the foundation. Okay, here's the primer. This is the Easy Blur Primer, and it says it's a silicone-free smoothing primer. My face is already moisturized, so we're just going to see. I'm always curious. See, this looks very similar to her Blur Jam. Same pink color and everything, so I'm wondering if this is the same thing but just in a tube formula versus the other one is the tub that you have to scoop out. It feels like it's smoothing, but it's not slippery. It's not really sticky, but kinda weird. I don't know. Interesting texture, but I do feel like it's still going to be able to help my makeup stay on. So that is definitely a good thing. So while I'm letting that sit, I'm going to put my concealer on my eyes. I picked up the Yummy Skin Danessa Myricks Lift and Flex Concealer. I got it in the shade 11, which is their warm shade. I picked this up in store and I swatched different shades, and I was kind of worried this one was going to be too light. But because I picked up some foundations that I feel like are going to run a little dark, I felt like this would be able to work well if I was using it with a darker foundation, just to help everything balance out. So I am going to use this on my face today as well, but I just wanted to use this to even out my eyelids. For powder, I picked up the Makeup by Mario Surreal Skin Soft Blur Setting Powder. I do think I got this too dark, so I am going to bring this back. I got it in the shade number 4, Warm Honey. And I should have known better because I don't know what I was thinking. I literally shopped for like 2 hours with one of the associates in the store. This is what it looks like. So you can tell that is pretty dark for a setting powder for me. And I don't know when well, is it? We'll see, because I'm going to use it on my face. She said she was darker complexion than I am, and she said she used this shade. But when I swatched them in the store on my hand, like taking some like this, and I was like, that looks kind of light. And then I put it on my skin, and I was like, oh, that's going to be fine. Like the other shade actually looked like it was going to leave a flashback, like it was really light. So in the store, it made sense, and then I got home, and I was like, I think that's too dark. But we're going to see today applying it with makeup. For my eyes, Danessa Myricks, I only have one of these, and it's Desert Rose, and I absolutely love it. I've used it on my eyes. I've used it on my lips. I've used it on my cheeks. I don't know why this chocolate shade got me when I was in the store. I'm either going to put this all over my lid, or I'm going to attempt to just put it in my crease. We'll see how messy it gets, because this is such a dark, like I almost feel like I need to use this as a liner. Look at that. Like that looks like a liner. and just, I need to do this on both sides. Y'all, I don't have a plan for what I'm doing today. The idea was just a little something in the crease and then blend it out and do some lashes and go about your business. But as dark as this is, I may have to go I may have to pull an eyeshadow palette out. So I'm just gonna keep blending this and see what I can do. All right, so for the foundation, here's my struggle. I have 3 and I want to try all of them today because I need to see how they wear, because if they suck, I'm gonna bring them back. I have the Huda Beauty Easy Blur Foundation in the shade Chocolate Mousse 450G. I have 2 of the one size, which I'm definitely bringing one of these back. I feel like I just need to figure out my shade in this, which I can do just swatching. I know this one is dark, but this one, like I ordered this one online and then I was like, let me go in store and swatch. And then I swatched it and I was like, ain't no way. So I got this one, but this one is dark. But while I was in the store, I need to see how this wears. And I got a sample and I don't know why I haven't been wearing it to test it. So this is the Patrick Ta Major Skin Hydra Luxe Luminous Skin Perfecting Foundation. I know that this one is a good shade. It's in the shade 20 Golden. So I really don't know which one I want to wear. Let's do Huda. We're going to do Huda. You know, y'all know how I am about my foundations, but I really think this might be okay considering how light I am right now. I remember feeling like there is no way that's going to match me. Oh, I have a glare on my monitor, so right now, in my head, this is looking very yellow, but I don't know what it's looking like on screen, and I also don't know what it's going to look like when it dries down. So we're going to trust the process. I think this is really decent coverage for what I applied. I don't feel like I applied a lot. I think I'm going to add a little tiny bit more just so we can see if it's buildable, but this is a good shade for me. I hate to admit it, but yes, I think it works. So we're going to add a little bit more. And I probably should have color corrected around my mouth, but you know what? I don't do that a lot, so I never really think to do it in my videos. I'm never really looking for like full coverage, hide everything, unless it's like a super glam. And I don't really do those that much anymore. I used to want like full coverage. I will say so far though, I do feel like this is doing a good job of blurring. I gotta make sure I ain't moving my forehead around too much, because we know this is where stuff settles on me. So I'm going to go ahead and put that concealer on my forehead and blend that out and set it. I feel like this shade is working well. So as much as I was worried about it being too light, y'all know how I am. I think that's a good shade, and so is this concealer. I haven't heard a lot about this concealer. I remember when it came out and I kind of was like waiting to see if there were going to be reviews and comparisons and all that stuff, but I feel like I never really heard people talking about it. I felt like this was going to get a lot more hype than it did. So I'm trying to see, is this going to brighten? I'm used to my powder brightening more than that. So I don't know if I feel like, I think I can go with a shade lighter. Yeah, we're going to go a shade lighter. So I'm going to return that and get a lighter shade, just because I feel like that almost just made the brighter part that I highlighted the same shade as my face. Okay, so I went ahead and grabbed some of my one size powder. I love this powder and I have it in Sweet Honey. It's a little bit lighter. Well, it's a lot lighter than that one, but it's still a yellow. And I just I'm gonna bake with that to try to lighten up this forehead area because we need that to be a little brighter. But I'm gonna go ahead. Under eyes are fully hydrated and we're gonna now go in under the eyes with this, and we're just gonna I'm gonna put it in the areas I want to make sure I get the most coverage. I do feel like this is oxidizing. I don't know if y'all can see it, but it definitely looks darker to me. So it is good that we have a concealer that is a little bit lighter. I always just concentrate it where I want it the most and then blend out around it and leave it concentrated where I want the highlight. I don't know if I ever talked about my background in makeup. Like, this is purely self-taught. I've done some Sephora classes and stuff like that, but like everything that I've learned has been trial and error on me and any of my friends who wanted to let me practice on them. Like, you learn how to do the right things by doing the wrong things a few times and figuring out what works for you. So it's just always interesting for me to hear somebody say like, oh, I follow your videos so I can learn how to do makeup. And I'm just like, we learning together. But I don't know. To me, I feel like that's a lot less intimidating than if you're watching like somebody who you know is a pro and they never make mistakes and everything always looks so flawless. And it just, you know, we're human. This is how we learn, by doing. And it's all fun and games. Like, at the end of the day, if it looks bad, wash it off and start over. It's not that big of a deal. I'm building this up a little bit just in my inner corners. But yeah, like right now, my go-to doing my makeup is literally like a concealer that is a tiny, tiny bit lighter than me or right at my shade. Putting some powder to set it so it doesn't crease. Putting a little bit, I've been using Danessa Myricks Blurring Balm in the shade 8.5 as my base. And that is how I leave the house. Like, I'm always going to put bronzer and a little blush on just because I think that looks good. But overall, like, that has been the extent of my makeup these days. I'm definitely curious to see how this concealer is going to wear. I want to make sure this does not crease. We're just going to let that... I don't know why. I don't know if y'all can see it, but right here looks really patchy. Like, it's weird. I feel like I got some coverage from the concealer, but I don't know if y'all can see this darkness right here. And here under my eyes is looking patchy. Alright, so we're going to move on to bronzer. And I'm just hoping, like, I hate filming early in the day because I feel like my face is still puffy. And I don't like how my under eyes look at all right now. Like, at all. Okay, Semi Haze Beauty has this Skin Suede Melting Bronze Balm. I saw it and I was like, ooh, that's kind of interesting. So I picked it up. This is in the shade 05 Maple, which I think is the darkest one. And I know y'all are probably like, Barbara, why you got that so dark? But I swear, I think it's okay. So it feels moussey and it is dark. But in my head, even though I wipe it on this napkin and it looks pretty dark, I'm feeling like I'm going to be able to just lightly apply this very slowly. Yeah. And get what I'm looking for. It's so weird. I feel like when these smaller brands or newer brands or whatever it is, when they do products like this, it's like the first, if they do 5 shades, the first 4 shades are all like very similar. And then the last shade that's supposed to be for darker skin tones is like, there's no in between. This was like, I know this is going to be super dark, but the other one, the other option that I had was way too light. I like this though. It's definitely more moussey than some of my other cream bronzers, or I've never used a balm bronzer. I know Danessa Myricks has one, but it's like super slippery, so I've stayed away from that one. I think my videos posted of the Ace Beauté one that is also super slippery. I like this better because I feel like it gives you a little more control when you're blending it out, but you still get the pigmentation, and it's not, if you don't want to have a super matte look, then I think this looks good. Okay, for blush, I'm gonna struggle because I have 4 options. Yeah, because you needed that. So y'all, I had to pick up this, and I'm probably not gonna use this because I've used these before on camera, but I just needed it. I needed all the shades. I was excited about this. I think there's Jubilee in here, and I have this one already. Dancing Queen and Spice Latte. I don't have either of those. And then Jubilee and Red Velvet. So I just want to open this because we like to share. So I'm going to show y'all what these look like. Jubilee, I think, is the only one that's in here that I have already. This is Red Velvet, so I have not seen this one. Gorgeous shade. Then this one is Spice Latte, which it sounds like it's right up my alley for an everyday flush. Almost kind of looks like a bronzer, but it has a little more of a red tint to it. Y'all, that is so pretty. Ooh, that makes me want to use that. And then this last one must be Dancing Queen, which I also do not have. So there is that gorgeous berry shade. So I just thought for the price of this, it was $35 and you got 2 full-size products. Like, what is the question? It is definitely worth it, but we're not using that one. So I bought this. This was in the sale items. This is Melt Cosmetics Cream Blush Light and Highlight. So it's a blush and a highlighter. I don't know if these have names. It just says Deadly Nightshade, but this is the packaging. Super cute. No, we're not doing this blush. I can do this another time, but for right now, no. But this highlighter, I have another highlighter too. I just wanted to see how these felt because I thought the highlighter was a powder. And then I saw from the video that it was actually, that is pretty, a very emollient blush. So I don't know. I also focus 2 blushes. I have the Blush Filter Liquid Blush from Huda Beauty in Watermelon Pop, and then I also saw this Cali Ray SoCal Super Bloom Lip and Cheek Hydrating Soft Stain. I picked this one up in Dawn Patrol, and I think I'm gonna use this one, I think, from what I remember. But this is so cute. I feel like I might have tried this, but I feel like that shade is just going to be perfect for, actually, it's a little more, let's check out Huda and see if maybe that one. I do kind of want, honestly, that Spice Latte from Danessa is the shade that I'm looking for because I don't want too much blush. This might give us a run. I mean, this is the shade it says it is, right? That's definitely more. Okay, we're going to go with this one. Now, I don't know if you're supposed to just put this on your face and go, but that's what we're going to do. All right, so we're just going to plop, plop, plop. That is way more than a plop. And just see. Yeah, see, that's what I remember. I remember that this kind of just melted down to looking like nothing. I'm going to do the same thing to the other side, but I definitely feel like I'm going to want more color than this on my cheeks. We'll let it dry down and see what happens. We're going to go in with highlighter. The other highlighter that I got is this Cali Ray Starlight Beach. This was also in the sale item, so I got sale price plus 20% off. I swatched this in store and was like, I need it in my life. This is it's a little cool, but it's giving like a pink champagne, and I swatched it because at first I thought it was going to be too icy. I should have put this on the other side, but when I swatched it, it was like, yeah. And I'm blending that out over my blush because it's fine, but look at how, so you got to go in with a light hand, but just look at how pretty that is. So we're going to try this out. Light little touch. And just, that kind of stuck. But see, you can blend this out and it's not like super crazy. I don't know, I just saw it and I swatched it and I was like, that is a gorgeous shade and I like the formula and I feel like it'll blend out well. So we are adding this to the collection and I think that is so pretty. I need some more blush though. This is not enough. We're gonna go in with Huda. Might as well try it because this is not giving what it needs to give. I really just want something more bronzy, and I don't know why I thought I had another bronzer, but I don't. We're gonna try to add a little more color with this and see what happens. It's just pink. I didn't want pink. I really wanted like that latte vibe, but that is definitely better than what we had, in my opinion, for what I like to see. For lips, I picked up this kit. This is the Sephora brand, and this is their, I don't even remember what it was called, 2 full-size products, their best lip combo. So I got the dark one. There was a brown one, and then there was a nude one, or I forgot the name of it, but I definitely wanted the brown one. It comes with Molasses, I believe is the name. Yes, Molasses, which is their brown liner. I have this already, so I was like, I know I like that. But I've never tried their lipsticks, and this is their matte lipstick in the shade 4089E. It's number 22. This is what it looks like, and it's a gorgeous, gorgeous brown. I don't know if that's the shade that I want today, but I'm going to use the liner. And then I also got this Rose Ink. This was in the sale items. This is their lip cream weightless matte color in Kiss and Part. Yeah, see, this is a little more nude, so I think it would be good with that brown. So I kind of was thinking we were going to go with a red, and I might wipe it off and do that anyway, but we're going to do this for the sake of the video, just to use the products that I have. But I love this lip liner. Like, you cannot miss me with a Sephora lip liner. It's retractable, easy to apply, wears long. Like, what is the question? This is a good combo. I know I should have used the lip combo. I'll swatch the other one, but I just really did not want all brown like that. Because I'm not doing much on my eyes. Let me swatch this lip color for you so you can see. Put it over here. Like, that's pretty brown and pretty dark. I'm gonna lower it to help this blend. Alright, so that's what we have for lips. It's a cute little neutral combo. Like I said, I'm going for more red, so I'm probably going to add that after. But for the video's sake of trying the products, I like how this looks. I did pick up these little Lily Lashes self-adhesive go-getter lashes. I love the shape of these. I just really want to try the little clusters. So I'm going to try these in another video. But if you can see under here, like, the band already has adhesive on it. But I think the shape of these and the style of these is going to be so pretty. I just want to save them for another time. I'm excited. I'm nervous. So I got these lashes from Moxie Lash. Instagram got me, and these are their instant lash clusters. So these are pre-glued, and you're supposed to put them under your lashes. And I don't think you're supposed to put like any mascara on or anything like that. Remove the cluster from the lash pad. Place the cluster under your lash. Press securely with your applicator, and that is it. And then to remove them, you just pull them off. And it says 2 to 3 applications, and these are reusable. So I got Zesty, which I think is what I just showed you, which is this style here. Then I also picked up Sultry, which is this style here. So you can see that those are a lot thicker. And then I picked up Lady, which is going to give you more of that wispy look. And then I picked up Savvy, which these still are wispy, but I feel like they look a little more spiky. I'm either going to use, yeah, Zesty or Lady, because I'm not doing like a glam look and I want it to look natural. But I feel like, okay, one thing I never do, they always say you're supposed to curl your lashes. I never do that. So, ow, I pinch myself. This is why I never do this. because apparently if you curl your lashes, that helps you get underneath easier. I'm gonna go in medium and long. They both say medium and long lengths. I feel like I should go in, they look kind of similar. I'm gonna do Zesty. I got this kit. So the kit has their all-in-one makeup remover. So I guess this is to help get the lashes off. It also came with this cute little half lash, which I honestly probably could just put that on. You got this cute little bag. And then you also got an applicator. Now, I don't remember if I bought this separate. I'm pretty sure I did. But they also have a mascara. You know what? I feel like I need to put mascara on. I probably should have lined my lids, but let's go ahead and put this mascara on. Oh, it has a brush wand. I mean, like the plastic versus like the fiber one. This is the kind of prickly one. I do like how this looks though. Is it because I curled my lashes? Okay, so I wanted to give the mascara a chance to dry. So we're going to start off with one of the long length ones. So we're going to start on the outer corner and just, I've seen these applied. I've applied them. I've tried to do the ones with the lash sealant and all that stuff, and those never really work well for me. Why is it stuck? Okay, on the outer. Well, okay, that's not. This has a lot of adhesive on it, so you gotta grab closer to the tip. Let's try this again. I'm gonna just plop this. I see people do this and they make it look so easy. Plop and squeeze. As I sit and complain. I don't know if y'all can even see the difference that made. So I'm just going to speed through trying to get the rest of these done quick enough that you can see them on camera. Okay, I felt like that one stuck a lot better. And squeeze. I knew that was going to happen. It literally just pulled both of them off. I'm wondering if it's because I put mascara on. And this is another bad habit I have. I see something that I want to try and I spend like a crap ton of money on it instead of just getting one to see if it works because, oh, it's on sale, get more for your money. But like, here we are. I just bought all of these. And I'm sure it's probably operator's error. All right, I'll be back. Ooh, y'all. Okay, so got them on. And remember how I said this stuff is all trial and error? So using this thing to squeeze it on, no, I plopped it and I squeeze it with my fingers. Squeeze it with my fingers and then slowly pry my finger off and they stay. So this is, I like it. And I think we're going to be all right. So I'm going to do the other one off camera because Lord, ain't nobody got time. And y'all don't want to be sitting here for this whole long thing. So I'm going to do the other one, finish up the eyes, and then that'll be it for this look. We got the lashes on. I'm going to tell y'all, I don't know why this eye is harder than this eye. This one went much faster. But like I said, put it on with the little applicator, squeeze it, and I feel like this looks like I have lash extensions on. And this one definitely feels more comfortable. Like I can feel this one a little bit underneath, but this one I don't feel anything. So it's probably just the placement. I may try to squeeze them later. Not right now. I'm going to let them try to sit a little bit. For my under eye, I went ahead and I put more of the Danessa Myricks. just to kind of help tie everything together. And then I have not used this palette yet, Chocolate Seduction from Clarity. I literally just went in with these two shades here to help blend this out a little bit more and to go underneath to kind of smudge it and give it that blown out look. So I need to put mascara on my bottom lashes, which I will do, but this is it for my face. So tell me what y'all think for the base. I feel like putting those lashes on, my forehead looks very wrinkly and I don't love it. And I thought with all the powder that I put, like that's kind of helping smooth it out. So maybe I need some more powder just to make sure it can't settle into the fine lines. But my face, my cheeks look very dewy and wet. I like that. I don't like how my under eyes look at all. And I don't know if it's the concealer or what. I have no idea, but we're going to make it work. So this is the final face. Tell me what you guys think. Tell me if I'm tripping. If you think it looks good and I'm being overcritical, it could be that, but that's kind of what first impressions are, right? Could be the foundation. I don't love it. I'm going to try to fix it, but that is it. Comment, let me know what you think about this look. I will keep you posted. I will try to remember to put something in the comments on these lashes. I hope with more practice, I'll get better at applying them and it'll be quick, but I do like how this looks. I feel like it looks natural, but it's given kind of like that. I've never had extensions, so I don't know, but I feel like it's given that look. So that is it. Thank you for sticking with me to the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you're new, hit that subscribe button, join the family, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.